Okay, a couple of things in the news, actually below the news, because the mainstream news agencies don't really cover this stuff. They're really just trying to manipulate your mind, and things don't become mainstream news until after there's some major issue with it. This stock market crash in 2007, 2008 was news because it had happened. The banks collapsed, and it became news because it had happened. But before that, there was news about this underneath the mainstream, and there was already understanding of what was going on ahead of time. If you dig deeper, look below the surface, find information. You'll find all kinds of wild stuff out there. Everything from the flat Earth to just bizarre stuff like chemtrails and things like that. And I mean, if you're a chemtrail believer, that's fine with me, because I understand that there's some geoengineering going on, and that'll be mainstream news sometime in the future. But here's the deal. Look below the surface and you'll find information that's going to be news. For instance, the Zika virus was already news before it became mainstream. But the thing is that they don't talk about a whole lot is the fact that the Zika virus outbreak is directly related to the genetically modified mosquitoes that were released in South America to, quote, control mosquito-borne diseases. Okay? And what it's done is it's created almost a pandemic here. One that's not necessarily killing people, but it's creating major birth defects, and it's becoming sexually transmitted now. And so here's the thing. The Zika virus, it's the real life story of all of the movies you've seen, all the zombie movies and all those kind of movies where there's some sort of genetically modified whatever, and the next thing you know, it wipes out populations. You saw I Am Legend, that happened because there was a genetic modification going on, and the next thing you know, it wipes out people. All right, so here's the deal. The crazy thing is, get this, the crazy thing is, they're going to do this. They're going to take genetically modified mosquitoes and release them to take on the Zika virus. What? Okay, all right. Let's not do that. Let's learn from our mistakes and not do that. I mean, it's like saying, I mean, one lie, you can't correct a lie with a lie, or you can't correct one wrong thing with another wrong thing. Okay, it's just I'm just amazed. Okay, the other thing, as I reported on earlier, was the methane leak in California. The huge methane leak in California. Well, I told you that back then that the methane leak included major amounts of radiation that was being released. That was not in the news, and whatever news that's been put out about that is so minor compared to the magnitude of the problem. The thing is, this methane is bringing up radon and uranium into the atmosphere, and the people adjacent to this disaster are reporting major symptoms, headaches, confusion, spontaneous nosebleeds, radiation poisoning symptoms. This is what that is. And here we are. So here finally we have some news here. Major radiation emergency in Los Angeles. That's the methane leak that you can't see by the naked eye. They had to use an infrared camera to see it. This is the plans to plug the leak at some point. They're just really dragging their feet going on this, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because there's an experiment on people going on right now. I don't know. But there's huge amounts of radiation happening. You've got people reporting bloody noses, and I mean, there's explosion dangers. I mean, think about this. The fact that methane is flammable. A lot of people want them just to light it on fire and burn it off as it comes out. Well, that's fine, except that gas goes under the ground. Suppose your flame ports to the into under the ground and creates pressure and explodes an entire area. I mean, they got to plug the thing up really quick, very, very fast. I mean, like within days. Otherwise, it's just spilling so much radiation and so much methane into the atmosphere, it's poisoning the whole entire area. Well, I don't know about you, but I just don't trust officials. I don't trust the the establishment anymore. I mean, I used to had some sort of trust, but every time you turn around, you find that everything that's been established before is entrenched, and they're just keeping the boat from sinking because they're trying to keep themselves either in power, or they're trying to keep the boat from tipping. Maybe it's they have knowledge that if we just do anything at this point in time, the whole thing flips over and we're in trouble. Probably so. Right now, we've got more than half the country wanting socialism, the very thing that has destroyed every known society of mankind. And we're inviting it in. It's like a cancer. We're saying, hey, we'd like some of that. Hey, bring some of that socialism over here, make our country better. And not realizing that it's, they're drinking poison. It is poison. It poisons every single experiment in the history of mankind with any form of socialism has caused the demise of that society. It is a downward trend. It's not an improvement. It causes damage. Let's not, okay?